Munson with Munson Music. I'm going to talk about how you could play a song called True by Cabrera. And we'll talk about some easy ways to strum it and then kind of work into some fingerstyle ideas to kind of work the tune too. And we'll end up cabling this on 4th fret to match the recording, but we'll walk through a couple things in root position just in case you don't have a capo. And it starts out with kind of our intro progression around the G major chord. And normally do this first finger on the A 2nd fret, second finger on the low E 3rd fret, and third finger on the high E 3rd fret. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a G major chord and it sounds really happy. Now you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of working that for your G major. And then from the G we'll be going to a D major chord. Normally do this first finger on the G 2nd, second finger on the high E 2nd, and third finger on the B string 3rd. And if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Around D's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift the second finger. It's a dangerous finger to lift, but it makes it D sus 2. Or you get ahead in the pinky on the high E 3rd for D suspended chord and kind of say some things around that chord. And then from there we go to an E minor chord. Normally do this first finger on the A 2nd, second finger on the D 2nd, and if you strum all those together, it sounds an E minor chord and it sounds really sad. Now you may also dig on putting the third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, kind of making that an E minor 7 chord. And there's a couple different strumming options you could kind of work through that intro. Actually, each of these chords is kind of halving, and what you could do is kind of a 4 on each chord. Actually, kind of G 2 3 4 D 2 3 4 E minor 2 3 4 D 2 3 4 G. So I'm doing kind of a 4 down count, adding a little bit of right hand muting just to make that a little bit sneaky. Or you could kind of do it as a 3 plus 5 idea. Kind of a G 2 3 D for 5. E minor for 3, and D for 5. So you kind of dig on that G, 2, 3, D, E minor, D. So there's a little syncopation there. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So we took the G and just tried that a lot. Down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, down, down, up, down, up. Now the weird part is those chords are going by kind of quick, so you may want to do just a down, down, up on each chord. G, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, down, up, D, down, up, G, down, up, D, down, up, E minor, down, up, D, down, up. Or you can kind of do the down, down on the G, and then go to the D for the up, up, down, up. And kind of split the pattern. G, down, down, the other, up, down, E minor, down, the other, up, down, G, the down, the other, up, down, E minor, the down. Intro, we'd be going into our main verse. And we kind of alternate between the G and the D 4 times, and then we go to a B minor chord. And normally you do this, we'll talk about some easier ways to do this too, but normally you do it 2nd fret bar, second finger on the B string 3rd fret, third finger on the D 4th, pinky on the G 4th. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B minor chord, and sounds really sad. Now you may also want to dig on lifting off the pinky and making that a B minor 7, or another way to play B minor 7 is to do first finger on the A 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the high E 3rd. Or if you're kind of digging on that other G voicing, you could do first finger on the A 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. That might make that change a little bit easier. Or you could even lift off the pinky and make it a B minor 11 if you kind of dig on that sound. And then from the B minor we go to an F sharp minor. And we'll talk about a really easy cheat here, but normally you do the 2nd fret bar, third finger on the A 4th, pinky on the D 4th. If you strum all those together, that sounds an F sharp minor chord. Now you may also dig on lifting off the pinky, making that an F sharp minor 7. Or a cool variation of that is to use something called a D sus / F sharp, where you do first finger on the low E 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. So you just kind of want to work that chord actually for your F sharp minor. And then that way it's a little bit closer to that G, D voicing and then the other B minor voicing. And at the very end we go to an A major chord. I normally do this first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 2nd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A major chord and it sounds really, really happy. Now round A's in general, it can be kind of cool to lift the third finger, make that an A suspended 2nd, or you could add in the pinky on the B 3rd from A suspended chord and kind of say some things around that chord. Or you may dig on an A7 sus, where you can do first finger on the D 2nd, second finger on the G 2nd, third finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd. Kind of work that for the A. That might make that change a little bit easier from the B minor to the G to the A. So through that whole first verse, and our second verse gets mixed up a little bit, but on our first verse we got kind of that G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, and then our B minor, F sharp minor, and then back to G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D. We got our B minor, G, A. From there we go into our pre-chorus, which kind of mixes up a couple things. So we got B minor, A, G, A, B minor, A. Then we got kind of a big push on a G chord, and then we go into our chorus part. And our chorus starts on the D major chord, but then we go to an A major chord. You could just play A, or you'll kind of hear in the bass where there's a C sharp note, actually, kind of the A string on the 4th fret becomes our bass note. There's two ways you may want to play around with that. You could do it as an A bar, kind of over the D, G, and B strings, and take 3 and kind of cover the A string, 4th fret to kind of cover that note. Or you may want to dig on kind of taking a D major chord and taking your pinky and going to the A string, 4th fret, and use a D slash C sharp or D major with a C sharp in the bass. I'm kind of strumming the A string, 4th fret over the D string or underneath the D. And then from there we go to our B minor chord and then our G chord, and we kind of repeat all that. B, A slash C sharp, B minor, G major. And we do this cool little hit to a B flat major chord. I normally do this 1st fret bar, 3rd finger with the D, G, and B strings. And if you strum all those together, that sounds a B flat major chord. Or randomly, since you're already on the G major chord, a lot of times you can fake things using bass notes. So you could even take the 1st finger and just cover just the A string 1st fret, and kind of just leave the 3 and the 4 for the G down to kind of work that B flat that way, kind of get that bass note into a B minor chord. And then at the very end, it almost sounds like a G minor chord. And normally you do this as a 3rd fret bar. 3rd finger on the A 5th fret, pinky on the D 5th fret, or G minor. Or you may dig on lifting off the pinky and kind of making that a little bit jazzier G minor sound. Or, especially if you're looking for an easier way out, you could take the regular G, and if you just kind of take the 1st finger and kill the A string, it's a G5 instead of a G major. So that way you could fake it that way, or root position G minor. This is kind of random. You take 1st finger and go to the A string 1st fret, and kind of work it that way too. So through that whole chorus, you have kind of the D, A slash C sharp, B minor, G, D, A slash C sharp, B minor, G. And we kind of half the B flat, the B minor, B flat, B minor, G minor. And then from there we'll be repeating a lot of those things with some variations through the 2nd verse and back through our chorus until we get to our bridge part. And our bridge starts on the B minor chord, and then we go to B flat major, and then we go to an A major, but then you'll hear this change to an E major chord. Normally you do this 1st finger on the G 1st fret, 2nd finger on the A 2nd, 3rd finger on the D 2nd. If you strum all those together, that sounds like an E major chord that sounds really, really happy. Now you may also think about lifting off the 3rd finger and making that an E7, and you'll definitely hear in the bass the 4th fret on the low E string G sharp note, which would be an E7 slash G sharp, or even an E major slash G sharp. I think it's easier to make that stretch without the 3rd finger down. And then we end up with kind of a halving idea between the E minor to the D slash F sharp, or you could use the F sharp minor. And then we go to a G chord. And it's a little weird strum-wise there. You may want to do the E minor with the down, down, hit the D slash F sharp on the up, down, and then hit the G with the up, down, down. So all the way through the bridge, you got the B minor, B flat, A major, E slash G sharp, E minor, D slash F sharp, G, up, down, randomly on that D D/F sharp, yeah, you can kind of take that D sus and just lift off the pinky if you want to just kind of leave the E open too. Actually, it's still, what is this now? It's a D sus2/F sharp instead of D sus/F sharp. So you may want to dig on that too. Actually, it's just left fingers down. E minor, D/F sharp, G. I think it kind of fills it in with some down ups there at the end. E minor, down D/F sharp, up, down G on the up, down, up, down, up, down, up. There's another possibility there. See? And then we'll be going into our last chorus. Now the weird part is to play along with Ryan, instead of starting on a G major chord, he's starting on a B major chord. So to play along with the recording, what you want to do is take a capo, and you put the capo on 4th fret, then now your G is really a B major, and your D is really an F sharp major, and your E minor is really a G sharp minor, and your B minor is really a D sharp minor, and your F sharp minor is really an A sharp minor, and your B flat major is really a D major chord, and the G minor is really a B minor chord, and the E major is really a G sharp major. I'm going to take it from the very beginning. You can kind of work just that intro idea with the downs, kind of that 1, 2, 3, 4 on each chord. E minor, D, or you could try that 3 plus 5. G, 2, 3, D, E minor, D, or you could use the down, down, up, down, up. G, down, up, D, down, up. Kind of just the down, down, up, or you could split the pattern. G, down, D on the up, down, up, E minor, down, D on the up, down, up. Or something else that I like to add to a song like this too is basses. And a lot of times on that first down of the down, down, up, down, up, you're doing a bass for the chord. So on the G you'd have low E for the bass, on the D you'd have the D for the bass, on the E minor you'd have low E for the bass, on the B minor you'd have the A for the bass, on the F sharp minor, the D sus/F sharp, you'd have low E for the bass, on the A/C sharp you'd have the A for the bass, on the B flat you'd have the A for the bass, and on the E major you'd have low E for the bass, and on the E/G sharp you'd have low E for the bass. So we try that intro with a bass down up. You could work just a bass down up on each chord. E minor bass, down D bass, down G bass, down D bass, down E minor bass, down D bass, down up. Or you could split the pattern with a bass, kind of the G bass, down D on the up, down E minor the bass, down D on the up, down G the bass, down D on the up, down E minor the bass, down D on the up, down. And from that intro, we're going into our first verse. Then we have the G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, E minor, E sus/F sharp, F sharp minor, G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, E minor, E minor, G major, then we're going into our pre-chorus part. So we tried that way. We'd have B minor, A major, G major, A major, B minor, A major, and we got a big G chord. And then from there, then we're going into our chorus part. So we tried that with a bass down, up, down, up. We got a D, A/C sharp, B minor, A bass, bass, D, A/C sharp, D/C sharp, B minor, G. Then we got our B flat, B minor, G minor. And then from there, then we'll be going into like a little piece of our intro, actually, kind of to set ourselves up for our second verse. And another way to kind of play this, actually, if you're kind of digging on the basses, actually what you kind of hear through the recording is more of a fingerstyle idea. And I'm kind of abbreviating this, but the basics would be you take your thumb for your bass notes, kind of the E and the A and the D string, and you could set up your fingers, index on the G, middle finger on the B string, ring finger on the high E string. And on that G chord, what I was kind of digging is doing thumb, fingers, and then kind of thumb, and then together, kind of everybody all together, and then index, thumb, index. There's lots of variations of this, but bass, chord, together, index, thumb, index. Oh, and you can move the thumb around in the chord for that second bass note. bass, fingers together, index, thumb, index, bass, fingers together, index, thumb, index, bass, fingers together, index, thumb, index. That's a little weird. Thumb, fingers, thumb with fingers, and then index, thumb, index. Now, depending on the chord, you may want to kind of shift index and middle and ring to the D and G and the B strings, or even to the A and the D and the G strings. Actually, it can be kind of cool. And moving the thumb around for that second bass note. So I know I'm kind of giving you this open-ended idea, but I think what Ryan's actually kind of doing is the bass, thumb, fingers slap. Yeah, there's like a slap after those fingers. Bass, fingers slap together, and you might even kill strings. Index, middle, index, thumb, index. Bass, fingers, kill it together. Index, thumb, index. You may want to kind of experiment with that. So we tried that with our kind of that intro part with it. We'd have G, and this is weird how you split the chords. So what you may want to do is bass, fingers, and then use the together for the next chord, and then index, thumb, index. So bass, fingers, next chord together, index, thumb, index, bass, fingers together, index, thumb, index, G, D, G, D. Taking a wild turn into advanced. Actually, we'll break it down to simplified when we get to the bridge. But so we tried that idea through our second verse. We'd have the G, D, G, D, G, D, G, D, B minor, F sharp minor, B minor, G, A. And then if we tried that idea through our pre-chorus, B minor, A, G, A, B minor, A, and then kind of our big G chord. And then if we try that idea through our chorus, then we have the D, A/C sharp, B minor, G, there, then we're going into our bridge part. So we tried that with just a bass down, up, down, up. You have the B minor, B flat, A major, E/G sharp, E minor, D/F sharp, G, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. Or if we tried that with the fingerstyle, then we'd have the B minor, B flat, G sharp, E minor, D/F sharp, G. And then from there, then we're going into our last chorus. So A/C sharp, B minor, G. And you will hear all kinds of other arpeggios. It's hard to kind of break down, what it took somebody, years and years of playing to kind of work with and distill it down into 15 minutes, y'all. But you may want to kind of experiment with all these ideas and find a way that works for you. And then at the very end, you'll kind of hear a big D chord. But that's the basics of how you get strum through and kind of fingerstyle through True by Ryan Cabrera. So good luck.